Hey, my loves. Oh, welcome to week 5 of our sugar, sodium, and sweat challenge. I am your coach, Rasheeta Joy. I'm a plant-based nutritionist, master personal trainer, and transformation coach. So if you're interested in transitioning to eating whole food plant-based, I'm your coach. Consider subscribing to this channel to get more information on how to live a whole food plant-based lifestyle to reverse any food-related illness. All right. So we're in week 5 of our challenge, week 5 already. And this week's conversation is going to be based on sugar. If you're in the challenge, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing to learn more about eating a whole food plant-based lifestyle. That's what I teach. That's what I love. I love to help women learn how to eat more fruits, more vegetables, and to eliminate as much processed food as possible so that we can have long life to be here for our children and grandchildren. All right, so let's hop into this video. All right, so recapping last week, we did a smoothie bowl challenge. I got a couple smoothie bowls sent to me via Instagram. Thank you very much. I got you for our grand prize winner. You're in the running, okay? We made our smoothie bowls with dates. We talked about how dates are some of the best sweeteners that you can find in the grocery store. We also walked our 1 mile 5 days a week, right? So we have 5 miles total walked last week. So this week is going to be a little bit different. This is just going to be a conversation about sugar and some things you can do to eliminate the sugar cravings, that sweet craving that comes after you eat your food, that addiction that comes with sugar, sugar addiction, always wanting candy and sweets and emotional eating. Okay, so we got a lot to cover. One of the most common questions that people ask me is, how do I fight sugar addiction? How do I fight the sugar cravings? And there are several ways, but I'm just going to cut down to the nitty gritty, and it's going to be discipline. It's discipline. It's an urge. It's a craving. It's an addiction. And once you start to fight it, once you actually commit to fighting it, that's when you actually will stop the cravings and you'll have the desire to want to stop eating the sugar and feeding it. But let me tell you, they put sugar in a lot of our food because it's very inexpensive and it gives things flavor. So it's really difficult to get completely off of sugar, all right? But let's just say in this instance, we want to stop eating sugar. So a lot of people will start by eliminating things like soda, candy, cakes, cookies, and pies, right? And once you have that craving that comes along, I promise you, if you fight it 1 or 2 good times, and I mean, when that sugar attacks, that sugar craving attacks, if you just stick to your guns, eat something else like a piece of fruit, or even get something salty instead, you can actually start the process of eliminating that sugar craving. Now, when you decide to cut the sugar cravings off and cut the sugar addiction off, you're like, I gotta cut it out. I'm done with it. And you're still having that craving that comes along, I recommend that you do a detox, okay? When you're using certain herbs like cloves, oregano, wormwood, they fight parasites. And when you are fighting parasites, it also cuts those sugar cravings, okay? So there are lots of herbs that can actually help you battle the sugar craving. And when you're actually taking your herbs and you're doing a detox, don't eat any more sugar while you're doing it, okay? And when I say sugar, I'm not talking about watermelon or cantaloupe or fruit, right? I'm talking about the processed sugar, the sodas, the candies, the cookies, the pies. So when you're ready to embark on cutting the sugar out of your life, right? You're ready to stop drinking the sodas and the cakes and the cookies and the pies because you know that that is causing havoc on your hormones, on your life. It's causing candida in your gut. I ask you to start with a cleanse, okay? there are certain herbs that can actually help you eliminate that sugar craving, that, that thing that comes after you eat food. There are herbs that can help you with that. And there are herbs that are all here in the Parasite and Worm Cleanse by Verdure Herbs. Okay, you guys know this is my brand. This is the Parasite and Worm Cleanse that I use, especially when I want to cut sugar cravings after I travel. And the funny thing is, like, this is meant for parasites and worms, but parasites and worms feed from sugar. Okay, so when you have candida and yeast in your body, if you're getting chronic yeast infections, if you're eating a lot of bread, sugar, etc., you need to do a parasite and worm cleanse. There are herbs in here such as black walnut hull, oregano, wormwood, cloves that will kill the sugar cravings, kill yeast, and kill bacteria. Okay, so I highly recommend that you get this. I will put a link below on how you can get yours. There's a whole set that this comes with. It's called the Fresh Start Detox. So if you need to cleanse your blood and your lymphatic system, because you may have candida in your blood, or you may have toxins throughout your blood, you need to cleanse your kidneys and your bladder. There's a whole kit. It's called Fresh Start Detox, along with fleshing out your colon. Okay, so I encourage you to start your detox. And once you start your detox, you'll notice that the sugar cravings will start to vanish as soon as you commit yourself to stop eating sugar and you're taking the herbs. Okay, so you can't take herbs, and not just my herbs, but you can't take herbs and still drink soda thinking that the sugar cravings are going to go away, because you're just still feeding the sugar cravings. And the sugar cravings attack, right? Because it can take 2 to 3 days to actually eliminate the sugar craving. Like that addiction, that feeling of wanting something sweet, it could take 2 to 3 days to get rid of that feeling, especially with the herbs. Now, if you're noticing that that feeling is not going away yet, you're still having the sugar cravings, you're still thinking about the cookies and stuff like that, make sure that you're not secretly eating any kind of sugar in anything else. For example, if you're having teriyaki sauce on your food, it's full of sugar. Ketchup, full of sugar. Okay, certain sauces and drinks have a lot of sugar inside of them, and you may be not aware. Okay, so when you cut off all the sugar, you'll notice that sugar craving will start to go away in about 2 to 3 days. Because sugar likes to control a lot of our lives, and I'm just being honest with you guys, when you detox from a sugar addiction and sugar craving, you may experience some lightheadedness, you may get a little extra hungry, you may get cranky because your body is now withdrawing the sugar. So you may feel a little irritable, you may feel a little tired, but as soon as the 2 to 3 days are over, you'll experience an increase in energy. You'll start to feel really good. You'll sleep a lot better. You'll have less inflammation in your body. A lot of people, when they get off of the sugar, they'll notice like ailments that used to hurt them don't hurt them anymore, right? Like if you have ankle issues or something with your knee or your wrist or some kind of arthritis, when you eliminate the sugar, you'll notice that you'll start to feel better automatically. Okay, so that's going to be a part of our challenge, is to try to get rid of the sugar cravings. You can order your detox if you like. If you have a parasite and worm kind of cleanse already, use that. Start it on Monday or Sunday and start your path of eliminating sugar. All right. And last week we went into the grocery store and we talked about all the sugars that were on the shelf. But I really want you to spend some time and look at the hidden sugars that you may be eating. So comment below with something sugary that maybe you didn't know had a lot of sugar in it, right? Like there's some spices that we went through a week before, and things that have barbecue or teriyaki may be loaded with sugar, and we might not even know that we're taking in so much sugar when we're eating something that we're not really intending for it to be sweet. Cravings also can be coming from vitamin deficiencies, okay? Vitamin deficiencies, meaning you're deficient in some vitamins, y'all, like calcium, magnesium, iron, zinc, okay? So that means all of those minerals can really be found in things like sea moss. It's really important you take your sea moss. Green vegetables, cruciferous vegetables, that's your broccoli, your cabbage, your collard greens, your kale. Okay, dark leafy greens will give you multitude of the minerals that you need that can actually help you eliminate the sugar cravings. Okay, so making sure you get your salads in, or your sauteed vegetables in every day. That will help you eliminate the sugar craving as well. And when you have those sugar cravings and when you desire something sweet, I really urge you to go and reach for fruit instead of something candy, cookie, cakes. Okay. And sometimes, the fruits won't taste as sweet when we're still on something that's so potent as sugar, right? Like you eat strawberries or watermelon and they won't be sweet, and that's because you're still eating artificially sweetened foods. Okay, so when that desire comes around, you need to start reaching for grapes, cherries, blueberries, because they're naturally sweet foods. And you'll see when you start to actually leave the white sugar and leave the sugary foods behind that those fruits will actually start tasting more sweeter to you. Tapping into emotional eating. So, as an American, we're prone to eating sugar in certain times of celebration and in certain times of sadness. And it's well known that's kind of how we do. If we get sad, our boyfriend, husband, partner is making us sad, we may reach for the ice cream and eat our ice cream to drown our sorrows. If we're happy and excited and our husband, boo, babe, wants to celebrate with us, he brings us chocolate. Okay, so sugar has an emotional attachment to a lot of us, right? We'll eat it when we're happy, we'll eat it when we're sad. And for this week's challenge and for the rest of the duration of this challenge, I really want you to pay attention to when you desire sweets and sugars the most. Are you sad? Are you happy? Is it a celebration? How often are you giving it to your kids? Are you giving it to your children because they did a good job at something? You gave them something sweet? Is sugar a reward for you? Okay. And I want you to pay attention to that. And also comment below what you find out for yourself. If you find out that you're eating sugar as a reward, you find out that you're eating sugar in sadness or when you get depressed or anxious, comment below and just tell us what you found out about yourself. Okay. So once you find out why you're eating so much sugar, when the sugar cravings attack you, what you're feeling emotionally, then we can actually work on eliminating that sugar craving and replacing that feeling with another feel good food or scenario or something else. So honestly, it really shouldn't be a food, but we'll work to that point. But the first step is identifying the emotion that is attached to the sugar. So we got some good work for week 5, right? It's going to be more in tune, in depth, okay? So you're not going to be making anything, you're not creating anything. I just really want you to sit and have a little bit of a deep thought, little conversation with yourself to see when you are desiring the sweet. What is it that triggers the sweet? Okay? Are you getting full at dinner? Is it the sweetness that comes after dinner? Is it when you're getting bored or when you're sitting on the couch? All the reasons why that sugar trigger comes in. Okay. We should have called this episode Sugar Triggers. I think that's what we're going to call it. All right. So I want you to identify when the sugar trigger comes in and what you're feeling. And then we'll work on how to actually move past that trigger, what to do with that trigger. Okay, so step 1, identifying the trigger. All right, so when we have these cravings during this week, we're going to be replacing it with what? Fruit. Okay, and when you have a chance, it could be this week or it could be next week. It's no pressure. I want you to start your parasite and worm cleanse to get rid of that sugar craving. Because if you know that it's attacking you and it's like out of your control, you need to come online and get this parasite and worm cleanse. And I might just give you guys a discount code for watching this video so you can receive your parasite and worm cleanse. How you take this is if you're taking it by itself and not in the full detox kit, you'll just start with 3 capsules a day. All right. And I recommend that you do it in the morning. 3 capsules a day, you'll start to notice. You'll start using the bathroom a little bit more because the sugar and the candida and the yeast has to come out of your body and it's only one way out. Okay. So when you use this, you will be using the bathroom more, but you will feel better. Your stomach will start to shrink down. This actually might be one of my favorite herbal formulas that I have, and I'm biased because I made all the formulas, but this might be one of my favorite ones because I feel it right away. I feel it working. I really like it because I don't have to taste it. I feel it working. It's like an antibiotic. Like if you have a lot of sugar in your diet and you get yeast infections or you get reoccurring yeast infections and you're like, I don't know what to do. I feel like I'm doing everything right. This works quicker than any kind of monostat, any kind of suppository. This works really good and it's all natural. And again, changing your diet, changing your lifestyle, you'll notice that you'll get fewer yeast infections, fewer thrush. If you're having thrush in the mouth for whatever reason, you'll use this. You got your nutrition challenge, which is not really a nutrition challenge this week. It's just more of an inner thought challenge. So just make sure that you comment below with what your sugar triggers are. So I was thinking, what could be your fitness challenge this week? And here it is. Because we're going to be doing a lot of thinking this week and inner work, I want you to stretch. Your fitness challenge this week is to stretch. All right. Reach down, touch your toes, lean to the left, lean to the right, head, shoulders, knees, and toes. That's it. All right. I want you to do a little yoga flow, a little stretch, whatever makes you feel good, but move your body, get some flexibility. That's going to be your challenge for this week for our fitness portion. All right. Get a little flexible. Okay. A little flex. Stretch to the left, stretch to the right, get a little flexibility. All right. Right. Working on our flexibility. All right. Yay. I just made that up. I really just made that up. But that's our challenge. So I'll see you guys next week. Stretch to the left, stretch to the right. Flexibility. Yeah, all right. Stretch to the left.